building that comprehensive care plan is something that most doctors do not yet know how to do, or even how to think about. We think this constellation of symptoms and signs and lab values and x-rays and whatever yields this diagnosis, and this diagnosis yields this treatment, and this treatment should yield vast improvement or a cure or whatever we predict it will yield. And we think in these reactive terms. So you present with this constellation of stuff, and we do this to you, and things should be better. If instead we said, well, you present with this constellation of stuff and your aspirations. What are you afraid of? What do you dream about? What matters to you? And what in my bag of tricks, what it is that society has given doctors to do, can I do to get you closer to those things, or to inform you that they're really, either not among the things I can do, the person who wants me to help them win the lottery or something, or they are things that are really off your agenda. You're not going to go back to dancing. You're really very unlikely to ever be able to feel your leg again, whatever it is. So you have to both help the person create the dreams that are arguably achievable, or at least worth pursuing, and the means to get there. And it's wonderful medical work, but it's not the way that most of us have been taught to think about how to conceptualize what the job is. So the job has been conceptualized as get the information you need to make the diagnosis, which leads to the treatment, which leads to something being very much better. And instead, this is a much more responsive and integrated kind of activity, in that I have to really understand a good deal more about what matters to the patient and to their family or their close friends or whatever, and then work with them on a plan of care that at least pursues what matters to them. And it's a different way of thinking about what medical care is about. But it's what we need. In a world in which most people died with childbirth fever or appendicitis or terrible injury, it probably was irrelevant, or mostly irrelevant. But now that most of us will live a long time with progressive chronic illness, and will die of that having progressed to the point where you can't stay alive, it's a much more involved sort of thing. It's not arm's length medicine where I can look at a lab value and say, oh, well, the person needs X and Y. But instead I have to know, well, okay, so your kidneys aren't working well. Let's talk about what that means to your life, because you're going to be living with that for all the rest of your days. The science is still terribly important. You want your doctor to actually know the stuff. But yeah, then you need that human layer that has to do with dreams. There's a wonderful folk song that says, man is made of dreams and bones. And you want to be good at the bones, but you also need to respect the dreams.